Hey folks, Quillessentialist here, and welcome to Let's Try a Mod for Europa Universalis 4. This mod is from viewer Captain Glorypants, and it is the independent Quillessentialist Republic of Yorkshire mod. This is what the word looks like at the start when you use this mod. So this is based on a game of Democracy 3 that I actually played with Essentia, my wife, when we were doing a charity fundraising stream. And we played a modded nation there for an independent Yorkshire, and we sort of invented this idea of this whole Quillessentialist religion with our prophet Gilbert, which is our cat, and so on and so forth. And I guess at the time, I don't remember this, but Captain Glorypants does, at the time I said something about, hey, someone should make an EU4 mod of this. And now someone has. So not only has England collapsed under itself, you can see here we've got an independent Normandy, an independent Guyenne, Cornwall, Wales, and Meath as well, all independent, as well as, of course, Yorkshire. Oh, and Northumberland over here, just hiding down there. Not only is all that independent, so you can play as an independent country. I suppose you could play as an independent Wales or Cornwall if you wanted as well. But what's particularly interesting about Yorkshire over here is that we do have our own custom religion, Quillessentialism, which has a base bonus of 2.5 more discipline, which is really good, and more tolerance to the true faith, which is excellent, but a huge penalty to local missionary strength, which makes it a lot harder to convert people over. You can see there's a current cat popularity. It goes on the scale from dog to cat. When we do get max cat, we do become more undisciplined, but you can see at that point our missionaries, prestige, local unrest, and the local tax modifier all become incredibly buffed at that point, which is pretty interesting to see. We also have a lot of custom events in this game related to, well, a few things, including the new religion, which can include converting over other countries sort of automatically. I don't know if there's a specific, I haven't looked into the files too much. I don't know what triggers it, but I played enough to see, I don't know, like at least Wales, but I think some of the Irish states convert over. I think Brittany may have also converted over. I will also say, I don't want to spoil anything, but there is also a really cool event with Ulm that is related to our Ulm playthrough of EU4 that we did earlier than that. There's a lot of custom events. It's not an easy start, I've got to say. It's not easy for a few reasons. A, obviously you're smaller than you would be as England, for one. Secondly, England still has cores over all their existing stuff, including you. So obviously that's going to be a big point of contention for quite a long time. The cores also don't go away because England is the primary nation of English culture. We'd have to convert away from English culture, but that is our primary culture, so that's not really an option that we've got. So that's tricky, and the fact that we are absolutely alone with our nice sort of, I don't know, magenta-colored religion in a sea of Catholics over here. Again, you do get events that helps convert things over, which is nice, which is important too, because at the start, you have such a massive penalty to your local missionary strength, which makes it that much harder once you take over territory to actually convert them over to your cause, unless you raise your cat popularity. I love how it decreases your discipline as you move towards from dog popularity to cat popularity. Just brilliant. Just absolutely brilliant. Love that. I think it's fantastic. It's great fun to play. You do get to start off as President Pope Quillessentialist the 18th of the Plantagenet dynasty, and there are elections that happen as well. It is a republic, so you can keep your people and level them up until, I don't know, you hit 666 or something like that. There's also some great missions, or decisions over here, I should say. You can form the British or English nation, which is neat, and then flip your republic. But there's also the get a bigger name decision that you can take once there are, I believe, it's a little hard to parse that. It says, if at least 3, no provinces in Britain is not owned by England. I think that means you have to get England down to less than 3 provinces, but it's a little... I don't know. I'm not entirely sure, unless I have to form the English nation. But I don't think so. But then you can enact this, and your country name changes from Yorkshire to the Independent Quillessentialist Republic of Yorkshire. Get bigger name. Lasts until the end of the game, and gives you half a point of Diplo rep, which is really great. There's also subsidized free school lunch over here, which is a reference to some things that happened in Democracy 3. You get it mostly when we get Admin Tech 7, although you still need an Admin skill of 5, which is not hard to do because of... because you are Republic, so you can elect people appropriately. And if you enact this, you lose some tax but get some stability, which is fine, but, you know, it's great that it's in there. We can also look at our national ideas over here, our Yorkshire ideas. Our Yorkish traditions do give us an extra 2 missionary strength. So this goes a long way to offsetting the base penalty from our religion, and basically bring it back to balance, because our base penalty has negative 2.5. So really we have 0.5% penalty, which is still pretty significant when it comes to conversion, but it's not quite as bad as it could be. We also get +1 yearly army tradition, which is fantastic. And then later on, when we gain all our Yorkish ideas, we get the negative 15 shipbuilding time, which is great because by that point you're really going to want to be in a position to start building large navies, and that discount to shipbuilding time is perfectly fine. National ideas, we have funny accents. While some leaders of other nations might giggle at them, they truly find our country's dialect charming, which makes them more willing to accept our offers. Gives us an extra 1.5 Diplo rep by itself. So we actually start... oh yeah, we don't start with it, obviously we have to unlock that. But that is actually a massive diplomatic reputation change. Huge! And we'll go a long way to offsetting some of the religious differences, as well as if we do end up starting to vassalize things, we can really quickly soak things in. They'll cost us as much Diplo points, but it'll happen very quickly. Also, if there's any way that you can start mucking about in the HRE, having high Diplo rep really actually does make a big difference about your electability. Youngest Grandmother Award. Across the lands, there's no knowledge of a woman younger than a certain Yorkish gypsy whose child has had a child themselves. Our record achievements shall be known and bring glory to our nation. Yearly prestige +1. I believe this might be a reference to A Kiss for Luck, although I'm not sure because she's not actually a grandmother, so I'm not 100% certain. Maybe, for all I know, these are like standard ideas in the game, but I don't think so. The essential green earth, of course a reference to Essentia. God gave us this wonderful earth, and it is of utmost importance that we protect, maintain, and improve it as best as we can. This is God's green earth, don't fuck it up. So Essentia, of course, quite the environmentalist, and this, we do have the religion of Quillessentialism going on here. So our god Gilbert, or something of that nature, so we get a discount to development cost. Great stuff. Forced military religious oath. So our people have to swear military oath for the army, and that gives us 10% more morale, which is really good. Discipline is really nice, but don't underestimate the impact of morale. It really does help you win battles a lot faster, and if you have any opportunity to pursue a broken army, you can often stack wipe them before they've got, before enough time passes for them to be able to retreat, which is really good. Don't be different. No, don't be different. It's actually bad for your health. Cultural conversion cost, negative 20%. That is a massive discount to cultural conversion, which is actually a really powerful tool that a lot of people don't use. You can see over here your change culture thing. As soon as something doesn't have any separatism, this goes, you're able to convert them to a nation. It does have a diplomatic cost, but in the long run, it eliminates a massive penalty to the amount of tax and production and manpower that you get out of a province with a cultural mismatch. So if you have no ability, especially to ever have something become an accepted culture, I don't remember, where do you see the cultures? Yeah, if you never have the ability to get something into your accepted cultures, you really have a massive advantage to doing that. If you're going humanist, then it's a little less important, but I think with this, we'd be less encouraged to be humanist. Because as a humanist, you need less of a threshold for a culture to become accepted. Extreme nationalism. It's extreme. Hostile core creation cost is plus 50%. This doesn't really matter against the AI in single player. I mean, normally you're not losing territory to the AI, and I don't know if the AI is going to, change their strategy about conquest based on your core creation cost. So this is if someone conquers your territory, it costs them extra admin points to core your stuff. But in a multiplayer scenario, this is actually one of the strongest things you can take to encourage human players to look elsewhere instead of your land, since your land is such a pain in the ass to core, which is kind of cool. And then finally, we've got Yorkshire Jingoism, which gives us a bonus to reinforcement speed. Reinforcement speed, not that critical. It's not manpower recovery. It's just how quickly your troops go from your manpower pool to an army that's been damaged. But I mean, it's not a bad trait. But there you go. A look at this nation. I assure you, you actually would have a blast to play. This is always fun to play a nation with a religious mismatch. It does make things a lot more challenging, but of course, if you do end up, say, grabbing religious ideas, you can get Deus Vult very early on, which gives you free CBs, basically. And I don't remember the modifiers. Hold on. EU4 wiki, what's it called? Well, I guess I'll just look up Deus Vult. I don't remember what the CB is. It's just religious war, holy war, casus belli. Just loading up the thing. Holy war. Yeah, I guess it doesn't give you much. It gives you the free CB. It gives you 75% aggressive expansion modifier. Boohoo. And slightly more prestige. Yeah. So it doesn't particularly give you a discount. It does give you a free CB all the time. So you never have to sit around fabricating claims. You've always got options. You can go to war at the drop of a hat. Unless, of course, someone has converted over to your religion, in which case you can't deus vult them. But then they become, especially the smaller nations, great options to maybe vassalize. And at the very least, you could use a few allies. So having a few people convert over isn't the end of the world. I think one of the bigger barriers might be coalition issues too, though, because you're always going to be attacking often people who aren't of your religion, and that's gonna be a little rougher, I think, for the CB thing. But yeah, in terms of actual ideas that you would take, I'm not sure. I think Yorkshire is in a right place to do colonial stuff later. They're not going to rush instantly at Portugal. They will likely wait until at least their second, most likely even a third or fourth idea to grab exploration or expansion. I think by the time the third idea rolls around, there's probably still a lot of value to exploration. After that, you might not need to actually run your explorers, but I think you could look at overseas expansion. A lot of the play as Yorkshire, I think, is going to seem very similar to the play as England, but from a much harder start. So it's like sort of an extra hard England, and it mostly comes about the fact that your religion is different and the events are fun. Let's go ahead and like just load up fast forward here and see what we might be able to do. Collapse of England. There we go. Due to the endless incompetence of... Oh, I thought it paused. Due to the endless incompetence of King Henry VI, every separatist movement within the country has gotten their will. This event has put a ripple in the political landscape as France no longer sees England as a threat and has broken the old alliance. Do they? Yeah. Scotland is allied with England, but not France. Interesting. That the revolt managed to go through has also created bad relations between England and Portugal. In the province of Yorkshire, there was a man named Quillessentialist, the 8th. That's not 18. It's the 8th. This is the 18th, so I guess it was a while ago, who invoked the spirit of rebellion to the Yorkish people. He spread the word of Quillessentialism, and together with the lack of English authority, quickly became the self-elected Pope of Yorkshire, as well as some neighboring land. Glorious will Yorkshire be. We got a pop-up of the difficulties of being a heathen. I think this is just... Wait, really? Let's pretend to be Catholics for a while? Our neighbors are unenlightened and do not see the reason of our faith. The result, many countries are hostile towards us simply due to, in our eyes, heathen religion. Perhaps it would be wise to declare the national officially Catholic until we're in a better position. I wonder if we can convert better, but no, the world will just have to accept it as we are. And yeah, so we got our starting mission for Northumberland over here. We just have to wait until until now to declare war. Let's go ahead and obviously make Pope Quillessentialist into a general. Oh, he's terrible! Ack! There we go. Much better. Go smash. What's his name? Lewis Metcalf over here. Excellent. States demand control. I mean, other than that, we're pretty similar. It might be tempting to grab a discipline guy just for this initial smashing phase. Might even be tempting to put our focus on military, because getting that first idea is really great. The extra military tactics, I mean, it's not going to happen in this war, but we're in a precarious situation. If England decides to declare war on us, for example, it would be pretty hard up. So we'll go ahead and just take out this one opponent and see if we get any more events. Oh, failed assassination attempt. So that's, I believe, another reference to Democracy 3 over here. Apologies for rushing out of the building in a hurry, but that explosion was an assassination attempt on you carried out by an extremist liberal splinter group known as the Freedom League. They're apparently angry enough about your government's treatment of liberal issues to try and blow you to pieces. I believe in our game, because we were playing as a religious theocracy of Democracy 3, the liberals did try to kill us alive. Thankfully, our security services managed to discover the bomb before it went off. We might not be so lucky next time. Operations are unsettling, and I do no longer wish to be informed of such trivial news. I have no idea where this goes either way, so I'll just say unsettling over here. But yeah. If you guys play this game and have a fun run, or you see some cool events, make sure to send me some screenshots. Tweet them at me. I would love to see what happens. You can find this on the workshop. There'll be a link in the description box down below if you want to play on your own. And I don't know, for all I know, there might be some good... Oh, tyrannical nobles. Yeah, I don't want to lose tax base. There might be some really good events. I'm not sure. I've only just dabbled with it. Oh, and there might be other mods that this works really well with. You guys will have to let me know. I believe from the mod description, it does work with any and all DLC, so you get to sort of tune your experience based on what you have. I think it should be playable for everyone, and I'm really looking forward to seeing exactly how this works out. I think this is going to be fun. Love that you guys did this. Captain Glory Pants? I don't have my page open anymore. I must have closed that tab. But yes, Captain Glory Pants, thank you very much for making and sending me this mod. Really cool. I'm not going to do a Let's Play of it at this time, but I definitely want to let everyone know that it exists. Maybe we'll do a little bit more of it on a stream. I was hoping we get one of the conversion events here. Just going to run it like full speed for a sec. France is just eating a bunch of stuff. I'm not even like doing any diplomacy stuff. I'll probably get attacked. I was able, in my previous little test run, I was able to get a few friends on my side. Oh, another assassination attempt. I was able to get a few friends on my side, but it was hard to come by. I think Denmark would be a very likely friend, but the problem is we get, you know, different religion penalty, which factors in even more, I think, with the alliance offer. Yeah, not same religious group is another -20. So we get a penalty to our relationship, and then a further penalty to the actual decision itself. On the other hand, we can offset it with the higher Diplo rep that we can get when we unlock our first idea, and, you know, we can suck up to them as well. There we go. Finish that first mission. Convert them over to Quillessentialism. That would be nice if we could pull it off. We might be able to. Oh, it looks actually like we could. We do have enough religious or missionary strength to convert Northumberland as is, which is nice. Obviously, we want to start by coring it and then move on from there. Base development 20, 13. Yeah, I mean, we don't have a terrible base of stuff going on here. There we go. Anyway, thanks for watching, folks. Give it a try. And again, if you see any cool stuff or if you end up conquering the world as Yorkshire, make sure to tweet me a picture. See you next time, folks. Bye-bye.